Bienvenidos a mi canal, me llamo Cody y estamos un día más en The Waterworld. Nos quedamos aquí, dijimos que íbamos a ir a hacer estas misiones, pero al final se nos mezclaron las dos. Y ahora las dos tenemos que ir al mismo sitio. Tenemos que ir a Monarca, chicos. O sea que tanto una como otra nos va a llevar a Monarca. O sea que tenemos que llevar a las dos. Hace tiempo que no íbamos. ¿A cuál vamos? Esperar un momento que tenemos que ver eso. Ah, me confundo siempre. En Bahía Estelar. Ah, en el salto de arroyo, vale. O sea, a una tenemos que llevarla a una y a la otra a la otra. Bueno, primero vamos a la invasión de matabichos, ¿vale? Que entonces al salto del arroyo tenemos que ir. O a Cascadia o salto del arroyo. Bueno, chicas, ¿preparadas las dos? A ver, sí. Están mis dos chicas preparadas. Y vamos a por ellos. Ahora mismo os recuerdo que los lunes y los martes, bueno, los lunes sobre todo, tenemos directos. Los martes a veces, no siempre, ¿vale? Bueno, estamos aquí. No, ¿cómo era? Es que ahí. Ahí sí. Y otra vez más sin. Vamos, chicos, que no creo que por aquí de momento. Aquí no hemos estado ya. Esto es Monarca. O es que todas las plataformas son iguales. Vale, pero baja el arma. No me gusta llevar las armas puestas. Aquí yo juraría haber estado, ¿no? O no hemos estado nunca. No, sí, porque si no hubiese... Sí, aquí nosotros ya hemos estado. Habíamos estado. Y en Monarca creo que ya habíamos estado, chicos. Yo decía siempre que no, pero creo que sí. Mira, esto no lo he visto todavía. Bueno, pues... ¿qué vamos a comprar? Los 7, venga, que somos ricos. Venga. Y aquí... lo de siempre. Yo creo que sí, porque tengo esto abierto. Ah, es que esta es mi casa. Si habíamos venido aquí. Ya recuerdo yo, hombre. Aquí tenemos tabaco. Ay, qué putadón. No se comparte las cosas que dejas aquí. Como dejas aquí cosas, no... Esta es mi casa. Aquí en Monarca. Bueno. Ya, vale. Ah, sí, ya me acuerdo, hombre. Sí, vinimos aquí a Monarca ya. Sí. Yo creía que no habíamos venido, pero sí. Habíamos estado aquí. Aquí no habíamos entrado. Hola.
I test every product myself to ensure maximum customer satisfaction. If you doubt it, I can show you my lower back rash. No rubbernecking. Make a buy or move on.
Pues me largo a que te pegue un tiro. Ah. Pero aquí quiero... Si llevo armaduras mejores que estas. No, ojo, lo ves. Lleno de basura.
You seen Arthur today?
Pues para que veáis. Yo os aseguro que no me acordaba de esta. Sí, que ya habíamos matado de esto, sí. Pero ya no me acordaba. Tenemos que ir a las cuevas. ¿Os acordáis? Donde estaban las fuerzas esas especiales o lo que era en esa cueva. Seguramente tenemos que ir a esa cueva. Es que me ha puesto yo con vosotros lo que queráis. Mira cómo tenemos monarca, ¿os acordáis? Si mi monarca estaba completamente hecha, solo me faltaba esta parte de aquí. Claro. Pues vamos a viajar rápido hasta allí. Es que es casi 1 kilómetro.
Well, gotta admit, you're tougher than I expected.
Me corta la cabeza por aquí.
Whew, here we go.
Bueno, pues esta colmena no la habíamos hecho. Yo pensaba que sí, pero no. Bueno. Aquí hay que ir con cuidadito. Por aquí. Para que no vengan todos a la vez y nos den una paliza a 2 pares de narices, ¿no? Pero primero vamos a ir ahí. Como tus oídos ahí y yo cogiendo cositas de aquí. ¿Os habéis dado cuenta, no? A ver, esa armadura. Pero llevar yo una armadura de rosita, de rosa... ah. Bueno, ya me la pondré luego. Vale, porque tenemos que... Primero está ahí. Bueno, no ha sido tan difícil.
Well, this is the spot. You know, I thought I'd be angry. I thought I'd storm in here in a rage and exterminate all these bugs and everything would be all right in the end. But I ain't. I'm mostly just empty. A little sad, maybe. The first night Hayes and I spent in here, we knew it was home. It's safe. It's got a nice chill to it. But mostly, it doesn't stink of sulfur. Monarch folks often joke about it. Not because of the smell or the grittiness it leaves in your throat. Not because of the headaches or the coughing. It's because there's no escaping it. It's life here, and there ain't anything you can do about it.
Muy bien.
But here, somehow the sulfur never made it. The nights we spent in here felt like vacations. So we started building. We hauled in steel, hired sublight folk to help. That's how we met Anders and Opal. They stuck around after our contract was up. Opal liked camping. Anders liked chasing her tail. 4 of us for a while, scraping together what bits we could to build our home. Then came Rebecca, a sawbones out of the Cascadia survivors, who took a kindness to Hayes. And Clara, her little sister. I'll admit I wasn't keen on taking her on at first, but for a teenager, she was surprisingly capable.
Un adolescente.
Believe me, I had my complaints. She had a head for numbers, helped us trade hides for food and materials, negotiated contracts. Turned out to be mighty useful. Clara, Hayes, Anders, Rebecca, Opal, and me. 6 folks, 1 name, 1 family. Caron. Despite Monarch trying to kill us day in and day out, we managed to belong.
Bueno.
Incoming! To shred? I see you there!
Oh. Que no quiero. Que aquí vamos, otro. ¿Dónde está Nieta?
I wish these were more auspicious circumstances, but at least we're all here. This bringing them together, burying them. This is the kind of thing Hayes would have done. That makes it stupid. By all accounts, we should have left well enough alone, but that also makes it right. Captain, thank you.
De nada. Ha sido un placer, Mioka.
You mind if we rest a spell before we head out? I'd like to bury Opal and Clara proper before I lay everyone's medallions to rest.
Bueno. Gracias. Salir de casa. A ver lo que han puesto en cada una de ellas, a ver. Lo más parecido a una hermana que jamás he perdido. Su crimen más atroz fue tener el valor de morirse antes que yo. Esta ya la hemos leído. Al menos volviste con nosotros al final. Una de las pocas personas que se merecía algo mejor. Bueno. Vale. Pues bueno, ya hemos terminado aquí. Las glándulas. Pues nos vamos, ¿no? Que ya aquí no hacemos nada. Vamos con esta. Ya que hemos terminado aquí. Una bonita cueva, ¿no? Una pedazo de puerta que le han puesto. Que aquí no entrarían ni los dinosaurios más feroces. Ostras. Mira, casi 1 kilómetro. No jodas. Hombre, vamos a ir rápido, no joder. Si no, no va a dar tiempo ni a... Solo vamos a estar andando. Es hacia atrás. Queremos un estofado para mi amiga. Tenemos que traer aquí a ver quién vende estofado.
What job did the board assign you when you came of age? Bet it was something real neat, like professional flexing.
Wilderness patrol.
Ah, mira,
Traveling on
aquí.
foot out there, even back when there were
Por aquí, por aquí,
I
por aquí,
protected
por
them
aquí.
from rats in the
Gosh. And here I was, John, about how I was watching your back. I'm probably more like to get in your way.
morning. Everyone needs someone watching after them.
Whoa, by the stars, my poor heart. I just about pissed my jumpsuit.
Pues no te me des.
Most people don't. Besides, this place is enough to try anyone's nerves. Where should I begin? With the oversized mantisaurs? Or perhaps the rap spewing acid at our walls? The board was right. This place isn't fit for human habitation. And I was a fool for staying. That was a real popular meal 10, 20 years back, before the board tucked tail and ran. These days, everybody's had a belly full of salt tuna. They all want borscht. And the mushrooms, well, not many venture out of town, what with the monsters hereabouts. I can whip one up for you, but it'll cost. Here's a menu.
Oh, yikes. I can't cover this much, Captain.
Hostias.
You got it. I got all the ingredients. Should only take about an hour in the oven. There we are. Now, if you don't mind, I really need to take a leak.
My belly's gurgling just to smell it, Mr. Raymond. Thank you so much.
A pleasure to help such a charming young lady.
Oh, gosh. My tum's rumbling just smelling that casserole.
Bueno, chicas. ¿Qué te pasa a ti?
I think I'm gonna be sick. I clean the apartments while everyone's at work. I've seen all sorts of messes, but this... If you're going into the apartments, do not go into the lower one on the right. That's where the body is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go contemplate a hot shower.
A ver. Bueno, ya sabéis, lo de siempre. Esto es inconcebible. O sea, esto... Aquí caéis.
Oh, sorry. Just spooked me, was all.
Even Stellar Bay ain't safe these days. What's the world coming to?
Bueno. Ya no lo necesita, está muerto. No lo necesita y yo sí.
We're not used to outside help around here.
Vale, mientras que no toques sus cosas, no hay problema. A ver, ya que estamos aquí, no nos vamos a ir. Diario, a ver. Bueno, vamos a acabar con ello. Vamos a
The
ver.
dust bat casserole Mr. Raymond made smells incredible. Oh, I kind of want to take a little taste. But I'm gonna be
Sí, sé
so.
fuerte.
Now look how cute these cakes from Cascadia are. Someone even traced little hearts in them. I guess that settles dinner. Thanks for hauling me all over creation, Captain. Well, I was gonna, but then it hit me. I got this nice meal all planned out with music, and I got that soap to scrub up with, but I don't got nothing nice to wear, Captain.
Joder, me vas a mandar a...
I don't have a head for fashion, and I can't really picture myself in something clean and pretty. There's this place I heard of in Byzantium, Jolicoeur's Haberdashery. I bet I could find something nigh on perfect at a place like that. Thanks, Captain. I know I've been asking a lot, but you help me out every time. You're the best.
Madre mía, a ver, ¿dónde me quieres mandar ahora? A Bizancio, y Bizancio todavía no lo hemos ni descubierto. Bueno, vamos a hacer... esta, que ya que estamos aquí vamos a ver qué pasa.
You're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest Tossball games. So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial H. Mammoths.
No soy de ninguno.
I'd heard they'd gotten a new hacker. Is that why everyone's making such a fuss about you? But what are you doing on Monarch? Maybe we're not so isolated as I thought. So, what can I do for you? Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth.
Menos rodeos, hombre.
I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them. Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
Quiero seguir hablando con ella, quiero preguntarle una cosa.
I'm afraid the transmission's still pretty bad. What can I do for you? Graham's always filling the airwaves with his propaganda, like it's done him any good. All it means is the tossball games get to us in fragments. Makes them real hard to watch.
Vamos a seguir. Vamos a pegar. Estamos en ello, ¿no?
What was it like in Edgewater? I hear you workers were on the clock every available moment.
We always got 8 hours a day for sleeping. Just not always consecutive.
My condolences. I appreciate consistent wages like any other sane person.
Hey, what are you doing here?
¿A ti qué te importa?
Our secret alley. Berta already pissed by those crates to market. Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof. And not that it's any of your business. Wait, you're the new sublight partner? Look, I don't want any trouble. You won't see us again, I promise.
Como ellos ya no están por aquí, pues se lo robo todo. Se le quita todo. Ahora, por listos.
Well, new business turns up at last.
Joder. Cada vez que me ven a mí, soy un negocio para todo el mundo, macho.
Our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit.
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
Que yo no soy un negocio para ti, hombre.
Posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me. Did you hear that power play, Celia? They don't make them like this anymore in Halcyon. I only hope you don't judge me by my handshake. Now, what business brings you here? What a charming notion. One doesn't meet many free spirits in Halcyon. Not outside Tartarus prison, anyway. Forgive me, I'd be positively enraptured. Only, I take it this means you aren't here for Saltuna. Now, there's no need to humor me. I'm used to this particular letdown.
Seems like you're having a rough time, Mr. Sandra. Are you doing quite all right?
Oh, don't worry on my account. This is merely the latest in a long line of professional erotic and athletic disappointments. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now.
So-called is right. We've got our hazards, but we're still here, damn it. The board took off without so much as a thought for the folks left behind.
I don't... Dang it, Captain, that's not right. Folks on Monarch shouldn't have to suffer just because the board says so.
Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
I can tell your iconoclast friends have left their mark on you.
Freedom always sounds nice, doesn't it? It makes a rather pretty slogan. But if you sit down and tally up the costs, how you provide for yourself in the absence of aid, how you protect yourself from a hostile galaxy, it starts to lose its shine.
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
A lot of good that'll do. They'll just find another reason to turn tail and abandon you.
Not if we secure the proper safeguards first.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
It's a two-pronged approach. The first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended. With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Ay, ¿qué hacemos, chicos? Dárselo.
Oh, yes. I'm going to be up all night with this. All those blanks waiting to be filled, boxes waiting to be ticked.
Try to control yourself, sir.
Have you any idea how powerful this is? Corporations have been toppled with less. What a question! Bureaucratic micromanagement is the only way anything gets done in Halcyon, and proper documentation is a key part of that. For our part, a bill of liquidation/transfer Form 52 will protect our holdings on Monarch by temporarily assigning them to a pass-through entity once we drop our bomb on the board.
Vamos a ver, yo he venido a decirte una cosa y tú me has salido con otra. Joder, al final...
Sort of. Really, we're just going to blackmail them into offering us a seat at the table.
But really, whatever gets you excited about the idea. It's definitely a firm middle finger.
That's what I like to hear. I have reason to believe that one of the other corporations is operating on Monarch, illegally and in secret.
Is it really illegal if the board's the one that makes the rules in the first place?
If we can find proof, I can use that as leverage to encourage certain powers that be to accept our Bolt 52 and reinstate us on the board. You really think so? I admit I've been hatching this scheme for quite some time. I just needed someone capable to help me carry it out. If someone is operating here, then Catherine's almost certainly supplying them out of Fallbrook. Perhaps she could be convinced to tell you where they are.
Joder, se lo damos, venga.
Already? If only the rest of the colony operated as efficiently as you. Imagine what a different state we'd be in, hmm? I'll complete the Bolt 52 in no time. I dare say it'll be my second greatest achievement after the reformations.
You're getting ahead of yourself again.
So I am. Do you have this cartridge? I'm working on a plan to reorganize the board. Slowly, peacefully, and with meticulous documentation.
What's gonna happen to the people here when the board figures out what you're doing?
Well, by that point, my hope is that we'll be on the board once more.
Maybe I'm worrying too much, but it seems the folks here get plans made for them an awful lot. When do they get to start making plans for themselves?
Once MSI is restored, the people of Monarch will be able to make more choices. We'll have all the brands and resources of the board here. But truly, I am getting ahead of myself. First, I need to submit the Bolt 52. With that data you're holding, of course.
Estoy por decirle este. ¿Qué os parece? Te dije que tenía un cartucho de datos, así es como llama mi huevo izquierdo. ¿Qué hacemos? ¿Le decimos esto? No sé. Venga, vamos a dárselo.
I knew there was something going on. This is exactly the proof we need. The board will have to welcome us back now. I'll transmit this data along with the completed Bolt 52 right away. After that, we'll sit back and quietly wait for the board to respond.
That means no more broadcasts from us.
This has been my albatross. The great shame of my career. I give MSI everything. My work, my youth, my left kidney, and for years, I was a joke to them. In charge of a scrap heap of a city, abandoned by the board and surviving only through the hypocrisy of our trading partners. I hadn't thought of it that way. But perhaps there's something to that. Thank you for that. Was there something else? But that's terrible. What happened? I'm glad to hear you've dealt with them. They've been causing quite a bit of trouble around town. I've been consumed with other matters of late, but I would have dealt with them eventually. Of course I would have.
Sí, por supuesto.
Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services. I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff? Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you? Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes.
Vamos a terminar de preguntarle las cosas, que no quiero volver a hacer más misiones aquí, macho.
I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws. Not intentionally, though that's technically true. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. Back then, it was known as Terra 1. As you may have noticed, this planet has more than its share of hazards.
That ain't fair. They didn't leave on account of the hazards. They left on account of their cowardice. The hazards just gave them a reason to put to paper.
Sharp as ever, Nyoka. And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out. Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to, but there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up. Ah, so you've heard about our prior acquaintance. I suppose you're right. Graham's always had a way with words. Strange as it may seem, I suspect he'd have quite the corporate career if he weren't so radical.
Tan radical en
Graham
qué.
seemed like a reasonable man years ago. We both agreed that MSI's treatment of its workers was untenable. I thought reforms would be enough. I didn't realize you wanted to abolish the corporate system entirely. Reforms are humane, but they're also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even a cursory review of the data bears that out.
I hope you'd treat them nice, whether it was good business or not, Mr. Sanjar. That's what being a community means. Treating people right, because it's the right thing to do.
Here, here. That may not be the way the colony works, but it damn well oughta.
A noble thought, Miss Holcomb. Unfortunately, noble thoughts rarely sway board policy. Anyway, We learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms. That's what I thought. But the senior executives laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2 along with everyone else. In a manner of speaking, many of us stayed behind in an act of quiet but firm defiance. As the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI. I moved forward with our planned reforms as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages.
Joder.
I don't think I realized how far they'd stoop. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws. I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently.
Oh.
Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon.
Yeah, that'd go a long way toward rebuilding our homes.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community, and being cut off means slow strangulation. I'm not a man to put pride before progress. If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue. Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship. Indeed. I've discovered it's much easier to negotiate from a position of power. And I don't mean to leave MSI or its people at a disadvantage. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations.
It's straight bullshit is what it is. A fabrication rich folks use to preserve their investments by leaving a lot of people here to die slow.
Nyoka has the right of it. It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous.
But wait, what happens to the folks stuck on the wrong side of dangerous?
I'm afraid the welfare of a few hundred people is too minor a figure into the board's risk assessments. Yes, making all of NSI criminals in the board's eyes. Rather hard to run a business that way. Well, technically he may have suggested it, but he certainly wasn't doing the paperwork himself. What can I do for you?
Bueno, ya hemos acabado, chicos. Oh, madre mía. Uf. Hemos estado muy atareados. Por lo visto hemos concluido algunas misiones. Aquí no sé dónde narices nos va a llevar. Esta vez seguramente tengamos que la región. ¿Y dónde está? ¿Dónde está nuestro? Lo tenemos aquí. A ver, ¿dónde está? Yo quiero salir de este.
Velma seem out of sorts to you? She's always cranky.
Yo quiero salir de aquí. No, pero está cerrado. Y aquí no habíamos entrado por... Hostia, ¿y esto qué? Ah, aquí ya me acuerdo. Vale. No podemos... Esto es robo, ¿no? Y como me vean... No. Tenemos suficiente de momento, no necesitamos... Nada de eso, lo que necesitamos es salir e ir a nuestra nave. ¿Qué narices? Pero os podéis creer que no encuentro la salida. Ah, por ahí. Uf. Directamente cogemos y nos vamos a la nave, miramos un momento a ver dónde demonios tenemos que ir en el próximo capítulo, porque aquí ya no estamos casi acabando. Venga. Joder. ¿Dónde está mi nave? Vale. ¿Dónde está la nave? Espera. Diario. Que acabo de cometer un error que te cagas. Bueno, chicos, pues lo vamos a dejar aquí porque vamos a tener que ir allí. Vale, a ver al traficante otra vez. Me acuerdo que estuvimos allí, pero se olvidó directamente. Y ahora, en el próximo capítulo, iremos allí. Vale, pues bueno, si os ha gustado el vídeo, darle un like, suscribiros si no lo habéis hecho y compartirlo, que esto ayudará a crecer el canal. ¡Chao, chao!